Hey guys, welcome to the video. And here today we are going to cover the tutorial on how to dump your IDPS, otherwise known as your console ID, as well as either your NOR or NAND dump, which is also known as dumping your BIOS. There are a few methods that you can use now with the new release of the version 2.0, and we are going to cover all of those methods. So what we're going to cover today is doing the IDPS dump using your local PC as a server. We're going to dump your NOR or NAND, aka your BIOS, also using your PC as a local server. And then we are going to do the method where you can go online via your PS3 browser and dump either the IDPS or NOR through there. And the last step we're going to do is dumping the either NOR or NAND into your HDD without the need of a USB. And let me just let you know that I've been using this version 2.0 over the last few days, and even though I did run into an issue right at the beginning, it was something completely my fault that I overlooked. Everything's been running great and fine, and this is what I'm going to be using moving forward. There's a lot of improvements here over version 1.0. Now technically you don't need a USB drive, you don't even need a PC to accomplish any of this stuff, but what would be the point? It is strongly recommended that you do have a PC and your USB drive in order to be able to do all of this properly and so that you don't end up with a brick. So let's go over the things that you'll be needing. Okay, so you should start off by heading over to PSX-Place. You're going to scroll down here, go into the PS3 Exploit Tools version 2.0, go down to the bottom, and download the two files you will be needing. For right now, these are the only two we need, which are the version 2.0 updates. There, the top is the top one, and here down right below it, this file. So go ahead and download those two. You're also going to need a hex editor, so everybody pretty much uses HXD, but you can use any one you like. Just Google HXD and download it from anywhere. The next thing is that the local server portions of this video and the next one I'm doing require you to have your PC set up with a local server. In the past, with the tutorials I've done, we've used Miniweb. I've had zero issues with Miniweb. If you've had problems in the past, you may want to try it again, this time with the newer files. But in all honesty, you can use any one you want, like Phoenix or whatever. It's really up to you. If you decide to go with Miniweb, the download page is here. I'll put a link in the description, and there is the download bar. And then you will need to have Python 2.7 installed onto your PC as well. When you come down to this page, you have the 32-bit version, the regular version up here, MSI installer, and then you have the x86 64-bit MSI installer right below it. So once you've installed Python, I strongly suggest that you go to the location where it installed to. In this case, it's the C drive, and it's right there, Python 27, and send the whole folder to your desktop as a shortcut. And once you hit send as a shortcut and it shows up on your desktop like it is right here, you're going to go into it, find the python.exe file, right click on it, go to properties, then go to compatibility, make sure the box is checked to run this program as administrator, click apply, and click OK. Once you've done that, go ahead and close the windows. For those of you who've installed or plan on using Miniweb, let's go ahead and go into the Miniweb folder and open it up. You're going to go ahead and drag the Miniweb folder out of the zip file. And you see here it says Miniweb. Go into it. Now we're going to go into htdocs. You can delete the last four files: index, logo, upload, and uploaded. You can delete all four of those files. Okay, and then hit yes. What you're going to leave behind is just the default CSS and the Favco ICO files. Now leave this open. Go into your NOR NAND IDPS dumper release version 2.0 zip file that you downloaded. Double click on it, okay, and then double click on the folder there. You're going to extract all of these files into this Miniweb folder. Okay, just like so. So now when you go and you back out of it, you should have Miniweb, htdocs, and when you go into htdocs, all the files from here should be in there. Now what you're going to do is go into Miniweb, right click, and do the same thing you did with Python. Go into compatibility. After going into properties, click on the run this program as administrator, click apply, and then OK. Now we're going to do the same thing for the exploit. So let's close out of this. Let's close out of this one. We're going to go here and we're going to rename this one. So since this has the dumpers in it, I'm just going to rename it nor Nand IDPS v2.0 dumpers. Like so. I'm holding the microphone, that's why I gotta do it one finger at a time. Okay, now once we've renamed it, we're gonna go back into the Miniweb zip file. We're gonna extract the folder again. This time we are going to do the same thing, but with the nor Nand writer. So let's go into Miniweb, again go into htdocs. You're gonna delete those 4 files again. All right, now we're gonna go into the nor Nand writer zip. We're going to open it up and we're going to extract all the files to this folder, to the htdocs folder. Now when we go into the htdocs folder, we should have only those 2 files that came with Miniweb that we left behind, plus all the files from the nor Nand writer zip file. Once again, if you haven't done so, make sure that this Miniweb is set to run as administrator, which here it already is, so we're going to hit OK. All right, and that's it. Now we can go ahead and rename this to nor Nand writer v2.0. Okay, and then we can go ahead and close out of everything. These 2 zip files now that you downloaded from PSX-Place, you no longer need them. If you want to put them somewhere else so you don't get confused with the 2 that we just made, that's fine. If you want to leave them there, it's up to you. And also the Miniweb one, we won't be needing it. I'm going to delete all 3 of those. Okay, and then I'm going to connect my PS3 for the next step. All right, so we're going to go into that folder we created, the nor Nand IDPS version 2.0 dumpers folder. We'll go in there. You should have the little Miniweb and the htdocs. Let's go ahead and launch Miniweb. You should already have it set to launch as administrator. Make a note of the host IP address right here because we're going to need it in a minute. Let's go over into the PS3. You're going to go into your internet browser. And we are going to go ahead and after your page loads up or whatever, just hit the start button. Hit square to delete whatever is there, and then type in that address that your server gave you, in this case Miniweb. Now I already have mine here because I've already done this before. You just type it in there and hit start, and then you'll be hit with this. Now let's go ahead and go up. Since we're doing the IDPS, we're going to go up to indexidps.html, press X. You should be hit with the congratulations screen and just click on OK. Now at this point we're going to press triangle. We're going to go into tools and we are going into home page and we're going to hit use current. So it says it sets the current page as the home page. Now we're going to go ahead and go into tools and we're going to delete the cookies. We're going to hit tools again. We're going to delete the search history. And then we're going to go one last time into tools and we're going to go down and delete the cache. Now that that's done, hit triangle. Oops, I'm sorry, hit circle and make sure to escape. Now I wait a few seconds and I go back in and we should be hit with the IDPS version 2.0 page. After the congratulations splash screen, of course. All right, and there we are at IDPS Dumper 2.0. At this point, go ahead and place your USB dongle into one of the USB ports. Now, what's good about this new version is that it gives you a choice of which port or which directory or whatever you want to install it to. USB 000 is the right side USB port. 001 is the left side USB port. Now, honestly, I believe that USB 006 and all these other choices here are for the older fat model PS3s. So I've never seen those, and I don't use them ever. So you may want to just look into it if you have one of those models and you need to use one of these. But these last three are for the cards, which I'm guessing is for those older fat models that used the SD cards or whatever. For now, I plugged it into the right side port, so I'm using 000. I selected it with the check mark. Now you need to pick which console you are on so you can initialize the ROP for it. I'm on a slim model, so I'm NOR. You should know the difference between NOR, NAND, and eMMC. You can always look up here. It gives you a brief description. If you're not too sure, just Google it until you find out exactly which model it is that you have. In this case, I have a slim, so I know it's a NOR, so I'm going to pick the NOR. And you should get a little green sign here that says exploit initialization success. It happens really quick when you're doing this locally on your PC. Once you get that green success prompt, then you can go to dump IDPS to USB. And this should be done very quickly. And there we go. Now it's completed, and your IDPS.hex file should be on your USB dongle. Once you've confirmed that the IDPS hex file is on your dongle, come here, go to Tools, and then set your home page to blank. Because if you don't, it's going to keep looking for this page every time you open your browser. So let's go use to blank, and then hit OK. All right, and that's it. Now we can go ahead and we can back out of this. And then you can go ahead and go to your Miniweb, and you can close that. Okay, so if you want to do this via the PS3's browser and you don't want to set up the web server on your desktop, here's how it's done. You're just going to go into your internet browser, and then we're going to hit Start. Make sure hit square to clear out everything there, and then you're going to type ps3exploit.com. Now I've already done this before, so it's already right there. Okay, and we're going to hit Start, and then you're taken here. Now some people look on this and they're like, I don't see anything, and when they click on this, they're taken to the site. The files and everything are actually located up here, but it's really small to see. We're doing IDPS, so we're going to go up here to Flash Dumper, and we're going to go to Dump IDPS. Make sure that your USB dongle is plugged in to your port. We're going to get this. You're going to hit OK, right? Now, right here, we're going to press triangle. We're going to go into Tools, and we're going to hit Homepage, and then use Current, and go to OK. Now we're going to clear out those three things that we cleared out before, which is delete cookies. We're going to delete the search history, and we're going to delete the cache. Now that we've done that, we're going to exit the browser. Now let's go back in. You should be hit with the congratulations screen, and you should be on IDPS Dumper version 2.0. Make sure, once again, that you select the proper path where your IDPS is going to be installed to. I use my right side USB port, so once again, I picked USB 000. Pick, once again, the correct console that you are on. I'm on NOR, so I'm going to go ahead and select that. And it succeeded. Now that it's succeeded, I'm going to go ahead and go to dump IDPS to USB or card device. And this might take a little bit. but it actually didn't. It was real quick, and that's it. Your IDPS should now be on your USB. At this point, I would do the same thing once you confirm that it's there as you did before. Go into Tools, go to Home Page, and set your home page to blank. And now you can exit out. Okay, so once you've obtained your IDPS.hex file, you can open it with whatever hex editor you downloaded, and then these 32 numbers here will be your, or 32 characters will be your console ID. I, of course, changed this one, so it's a fake one. But yeah, you'll have it right there, and you'll be good to go. Now, if you want to download your BIOS, your NOR or your NAND, depending on what system you have, all the steps would be exactly the same. Okay, so basically if you wanted to dump your BIOS, you would follow the exact same steps as we did for IDPS, right? If you're going to use the Miniweb method, follow all the same steps, but when you're at your PS3 and this page comes up, instead of picking index idps.html, you're going to pick either index nan HTML or index nor HTML, depending on your system. You can ignore those HDD ones, right? If you're going to use the PS3 exploit.com site, you're going to follow the same steps as we did with the IDPS. The difference is when you're in your PS3 browser and you're at this page, you're going to come here to Flash Dumper, and instead of picking dump IDPS, you're going to pick dump flash to USB. And you're going to pick either NAN or NOR, depending on your system. In my case, it was NOR. And when you're at the page, you're going to do everything the same. Pick the destination path, plug in your USB dongle to the right port, and click Initialize Exploitation. And when it succeeds, then you're going to just click on Dump 16 megabyte flash to USB device. If you get an error, it's going to tell you refresh. Just click refresh. You may even want to close the browser and go back in and try again. Now, dumping your NOR or NAND, though, does give you one more option that IDPS does not, and that is you can dump your BIOS straight into your internal PS3 and then take them out from there. So I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. Okay, so to do this, where the your NOR or NAND are dumped straight into your HDD, let's go into the internet browser, and we are going to hit the start button. Let's erase all that, and we're going to go to the PS3 exploit site, which is already right there. Let's go ahead and hit start. Now what we're going to do here is go up to Flash Dumper, and we're going to go down to dump flash to HDD, and then pick the correct PS3 you're on. In my case, I have a NOR PS3. Oops. Come on. There we go. NOR. All right, and then we're greeted with the congratulations screen. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead, go to Tools, go to Home Page, and we're going to use Current and hit OK. Now we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to delete those three things that we did previously: the delete cookies, delete search history, and delete the cache. Now that we've done that, let's go ahead and escape out of this. I just wait a couple of seconds. Let's go back in. And we should be hit with the congratulations splash screen, which we are. Let's hit OK. Now we're going to go to where it says press triangle here, and it should turn to the little finger. Leave the finger there. Press triangle. Let's go to File. Then we're going to go to Save Target. Now, I already have my USB plugged in, but we're not going to use it right now. You're just going to go to System Storage Photo and press X. Okay, and that's it. When it's done, just hit circle. Now you can go ahead and initialize the exploit. What I like doing here, though, one more time before I initialize it, is I go down here. Once again, I go to Delete Cache, and then I exit, and then I go back in. That's just my OCD. So, but usually it works when I do this. Now that I'm here, I go to initialize exploit. I've already downloaded the file. And this can take a little while. It just depends on your internet speed and their servers. Okay, so I've tried it multiple times already, and I keep getting a failed. I had to fast forward the video. It didn't work. This probably has to do with their servers, and this is one of the reasons why I tell you to do this locally instead of doing it through their, instead of going through the PS3exploit.com site. But you can continue to try it once it says it's succeeded, all right, and it's finished. Then what you would do is you can just, exit the browser. Don't forget to set your page once you're done to blank. There we go. And then what you would do is you would come out here to where it says photo, insert your USB dongle. And when you come here, you're going to go ahead and you're going to just copy this to your USB stick. And that's it, and then take it back to your PC. All right, so I had to extract that the NOR BIOS from that PS3, and you can see here I did succeed, but I had to use the Miniweb method, and when I used the Miniweb method to extract or dump the BIOS, it literally took just a matter of seconds, and it worked on the first try. So now once you've achieved getting your dump files, there's one thing that I did forget to mention, guys, earlier, is you're going to go ahead and you need to get this tool, which is the PS3 checker from Littlebalup. I'll leave the link in the description. Basically, just go here, click on clone or download, then download it as zip. Once it's done, go ahead and open up the zip file. Go into PS3 checker, and all you need is the checker.py, checklist.xml, and hashlist.xml. You need only those three files. And what you're going to do is you're going to put them in this folder. Remember I told you to make the shortcut on your desktop to your Python 27 folder. That's where you're going to drag them to. Now I already have them in there, so I'll just overwrite them. All right, and there we go. Now that we've done that, you're going to take your dump hex file that you've obtained through whatever method, and you're going to put that into your Python 27 folder. Now what we're going to do is you're going to hold down the shift key while pressing right on your mouse, the right button. Okay, and when you do that, you'll have this little window open, and you should see the open command window prompt here, and you're going to click on it. Now it should be at the directory of your Python 27, which it is. Now to check that dump, all we're going to do is type in checker.py space and then the name of the file, which is dump.hex, and then just press enter. You should be prompted with this, and it's going to start running. And it only takes a few seconds, and that's it. Once it's done, go into your Python 27 folder and go ahead and open up the file that now says dump hex checklog.txt. And here you'll have all your information. What you really need is just to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you should see number of dangers and number of warnings. They should be 0. So as of right now, the BIOS on this PS3 seem like they're clean and they're good to go, and that's how you would check them. Now you're going to need to check them one more time before you install CFW, but I'm going to take care of that in the next video where we're going to do the actual exploit itself. Sorry this video was so long, guys. I like being detailed. Anyway, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. I hope this helped you out, and I'm going to see you in the very next video, which will take care of the exploit. Thanks for watching.